All right, how's it going, everyone? Larry here with the Farmstead Way, and we're enjoying a beautiful Memorial Day Monday here on the homestead. As you can see, it's actually nice and warm out today and not just dumping rain. So today, I got my wife Michaela here, and we're going to talk about something that might take people off, might not. We'll just see, but it's something that we've been discussing a lot, her and I, and that is not apologizing for your blessings. And I'm talking of the blessings of the fruit of your labor, the blessings of others, and the blessings of God. This is a weird, slippery slope because it can make you seem very ungrateful to the plights of other people, to the burden of other people's situations. It might make us look entitled, but we'll tie it all together in with that. So, just kind of like on a general first start, we are blessed with this property. The only reason that we live here is because her great-grandfather?
Yes, my great-grandfather.
Great-grandfather made some very wise business decisions and had a bunch of money, and he blessed his kids with it. His kids. And then they were able to bless us in return. So her parents were able to buy this property, and we have slowly over the last at least 9 years that I've been here, and the last probably 15 to 18 you've been here, have turned it into what it is. So it's, people ask me, oh, how do you do this? It's like, I did not buy this place. I do not own this property. I live on this property, but I did not go out and do HVAC work and then wrote a fat check and bought this property. And some people will be like, well, it must be nice to have had rich grandparents and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I mean, yes, it was a huge blessing. But you got to think of it from her grandfather's perspective. Because of his wise decisions, he got a lot of income. And here's the interesting thing. He could have done so much with that money other than give it to his family or left it for his family. And we've seen it personally. Mm-hmm. We've seen people squander millions of dollars. They pretty much got a lottery ticket and just blew it all. Lost it all. People stole from them. They spent it on these dumbest stuff possible. They were talked into buying stuff, and they lost it all. And left the people under them nothing. Pretty much. And that's kind of, quite unfortunate. And when it comes to those kind of blessings, when I am older, I want to leave something for my kids, whether it's a legacy of hard work, whether it's funds for an inheritance so they can be able to help out, this property, being able to bless the next generation below me. Because that's something that we really want to do with this property, is have a generational homestead. To have this be the home of the Bevins, and Bevins have lived here for 100 years, and being able to bless our kids. And in this day and age, that's extremely important because everything is just so expensive.
Yes.
And it's just, it's obnoxious, and you can't work hard enough without sacrificing key important family values, as far as having mom be able to stay at home because she stays at home with the kids and I go to work. Now if you went to work, we would have a lot more income. I mean, just think if you were making the same amount of money that I was, what we could do. We could have new cars, we could be able to go on vacations, we could be able to do trips, but we can't. But what we do have is a strong family structure. I'm home every night. My children get to get raised by their mother, which to my kids, and they don't realize it now, is a tremendous blessing in this day and age. Not to be raised by caretakers, by grandparents. I mean, your parents help out, but it's not like we drop the kids off at 7 and we come pick them up at 5:30 and we get to see them for 3 hours before it's bedtime, before you have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get ready to go to work. And I don't know, that's something that we really wanted to focus on here as a family unit. And there's going to be some person, I'm sure, in the future that's going to look at my kids and be like, well, it must have been nice to have your parents not get divorced and not have have to be in daycare. And a lot of it is sacrifice. A lot of part of blessing people outside of God's blessing is sacrifice. You want to say something so I'm not just talking the whole time, you're not just...
I'm trying to think of what to say, you're just talking. So I think the point we're trying to get at is to not be ashamed of the blessings that you have in your life. Whether someone blessed you, whether people, like, you worked for it and God blessed you because you worked for it. In our life, I feel like no one has like outright said it, but yeah, we don't own this property, but my parents have blessed us so we can live here with them, but they got blessed by their parents so they could live here. And so it's a generational blessing for us, but a lot of people will look at it and say, well, isn't that nice for you? Or you didn't really earn it, it's not really yours, or...
Yeah, and it's like, then who do you point the finger at? It's like, don't look at me, they blessed him. Well, it must have been nice to have that money. Don't look at me, he's the one that gave me the money. Well, it must have been nice to do that. Yeah, it's because I killed myself to make sure that I could bless my family. So you can't really blame me because I wasn't being selfish. Now, there's certain blessings that come from God that are very normally specific to you. I mean, for me, it's finding you, and that was a tremendous blessing that I couldn't have worked for. But it took faith and trust. It took humbling yourself before God and emptying yourself out of any sort of effort that you can put into it and just totally trusting in Him. And that's available to anybody. Rich, poor, we've personally know people who have been in the worst circumstances that had tremendous blessing from God. And it wasn't because they knew somebody who knew somebody, or because they had rich parents or rich grandparents. It was because God blessed them. And what did it take? Trust. And why does God bless us? Because He loves us. And why do people bless each other? Because they love each other. And I don't know, what are you supposed to do when someone is able to help you out? Get mad at them? And that's one of the things that you learn about when you become a parent, is you truly do enjoy being able to do for your kids rather than do stuff for yourself.
I think it's important, though, that when someone blesses you, you take the responsibility of that blessing. You know, if someone blesses you with even a little bit of cash or a car or even this property, like, we worked to make this property what it is. We turned a barn into our house, and it wasn't we just paid someone and they came and did it. No, we did the work ourselves.
No, I was down here because for the longest time it was just studs and insulation. And yeah, I did not pay. A bunch of contractors came in.
But the point is taking responsibility of it. Do not take it for granted that someone went out of their way to do something for you, to give something to you. You need to be grateful for that. Otherwise, the blessing kind of becomes, I don't know.
Stingy?
Yeah, I don't know. You almost made it to where, yes, their hearts were in a great place, but you made it to where it was weird then. And so even, I don't know, just being thankful for that. Even when God blesses you, praising Him and thanking Him that He loves you that much, that He chose to bless you, whether it's with just little things, like He said with me, and finding each other, or blessing you with that new computer that you really needed, or just anything. Just taking the time to be grateful and actually steward your blessings.
Mm-hmm. And then there's the type of blessing that comes from the fruits of your hard work. And that's the one that can get really annoying because no one will see the work that you've put in. Whether it was me spending an entire year from dusk till dawn learning all these construction things to put this house together, or whether it's like everything that you've done with home birth, to allow yourself to have the best experience possible. Because we have 2 kids and we've had them both here at home, and compared to other people's stories, yours was pretty chill.
Yes. From the outside looking in, it looks like I probably just have really easy labors and really easy births, but the amount of time and energy that I took studying and learning how to best make myself as healthy as possible and to mentally prepare myself for birth, yeah, it looks like, oh, I only had like, I don't know, 5 to 6 hours of labor, but everything ahead of that, I put hours and hours of myself and time and energy into preparing for labor. So someone might be, oh, well, you didn't go through X, Y, and Z. Well, no, I didn't, because I wanted to prevent X, Y, and Z. So I did all these other things. And so some people will look at it and say, oh, you were just blessed with a really fast and easy labor. I was, absolutely. God watched over me and watched over our kids. But God also gave me the wisdom to find the truth and how to take care of myself and how he created women's bodies and designed women's bodies. So sometimes it can be disheartening because people will see the work or see the result and not see the work that you put into the result.
Yeah, and gardening is one of the best examples of that. You can go to someone's garden and see all these lush green plants and the way it's landscaped and the beauty of it and be like, man, you guys are so lucky. And it's like, what you didn't see is either someone being out there when it's freezing cold, getting things ready the winter before, or people out there when it's 98 degrees out and like 70% humidity, pulling weeds, laying plastic down, getting torn up from thorns and stuff. And it mainly all just comes down to work. At least for the types of blessings that come from your own hands. So if if you have a situation or if you got something going on in your life and people are being like, well, it must be nice. And it's like, well, sometimes, yeah, it is nice because I put in a lot of hard work to make this happen. Or I put a lot of faith in God for this to come to pass. Because circumstances pretty much told me that this was never going to happen, but I trusted God, not myself. And then, when it comes to people blessing you, it's such a weird thing because you can't control that. You can't control how people help you.
No, you can't. And so when someone blesses you, take it with a grateful heart and steward it well. Don't be ashamed that someone wanted to help you. It's kind of what Christians especially are called to do, is to help one another. If you see someone naked, you're supposed to clothe them. If they're hungry, you're supposed to feed them. If we're low on cash and my parents decide, hey, here's $20 so you can buy some diapers, be grateful and steward it well.
Yeah, you don't want to be like the guy in the Bible who owed thousands of dollars or whatever you want to say equivalent of in debt. And the king said, okay, I forgive you. And then that guy that was forgiven went down and shook down his buddy for $50, beat him up in the street and took his cash. And then the king's like, what are you doing? That guy could have passed on the blessings to the other person. Hey, the king forgave me. I'm going to forgive him. That guy could have forgave another person. And now he just saw someone that had a giant, tremendous blessing and then was a total jerk and turned around because he, got all his debt counted off, and then he wanted this dude's other money.
And that's the other thing, too, is that when someone blesses you, that also gives you the opportunity to, in the future, bless someone else. You might not be in the spot or the situation where you can do that right now, but because someone blessed you in a time of your need, then that will stick with you. And in the future, when you are settled and you can bless someone else, You know, sometimes God uses that. Sometimes God will put people in your life to bless you so you can go on and bless someone else.
Mm-hmm. So before you start passing judgment and starting the whole, well, it must be nice thing, just check yourself. And the best way to be blessed is to be a blessing to others. To be that help when someone needs help. Because getting wrapped up in covet, and because it's happened to me, and it happened to me bad a couple years ago. I got really bad with envy and jealousy and covetousness because of someone's stuff, because of all the trucks they have, because the numbers in their bank account. And it's like, what you didn't see is this person's got 30 years of work experience and slowly building up to that's the result of years and years of hard work. Mm-hmm. Where he's done this much hard work and I've only done this much hard work because of age difference and experience and time. And it's really easy to get bitter, and that is not something you want to carry around with you, because it makes you scornful of the world, because you look at everything beautiful and you just wish it would burn because it's not yours. So if you want to be blessed, be a blessing to someone else, and just be thankful for the stuff that you have, because more than likely, especially if you're living in America, you have way more than most people in the world. At least you have trees to look at. You know, you go to places like Haiti and they cut them all down. They don't even have dirt on the ground because it's all washed into the ocean. You know, be thankful for your topsoil. And yeah, I'm going on a rabbit hole from a book that I've been reading about the collapse of societies and stuff by Jared Diamond.
They have trees again too.
They do?
Yes, they still. Yes, they have trees.
Well,
they cut them all down, but it came back. Anyway.
Well, that's good.
But yes, don't be ashamed of your blessings in life, and don't judge other people's blessings in their life.
Right. So I'm sure that's gonna piss some people off, but whatever. It's just kind of the nature of things nowadays. You can't sneeze in someone's direction without someone getting offended. But I hope this was able to help somebody. If you have any suggestions for videos or topics that you want me to cover, just leave a comment below. Like, share, and subscribe. If you can leave a comment on this channel, it'll probably help me out with the algorithm, because I went from getting thousands of views per video to like 400 or 500 views per video, and it's probably because I'm getting shadow banned, but whatever. I think I talk about that every video now because it's frustrating. But whatever. This is Larry Bevan and Michaela with the Farmstead Way, and you all take it easy. Bye.